Radio Underground, coming at you live, episode 27.
Yes.
And we got a few things to talk about. I don't know if this is going to be our greatest episode.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. Don't worry.
But we're going to make it. We're going to try to make it as good as possible.
Usually the ones we don't think are going to be good are the ones that are actually good.
I agree. We tend to
surprise ourselves.
What is it called when you over deliver?
We under
promise, over deliver. Is that what?
Okay, yeah,
something like that. Anyway, I guess we'll get right into it. The Gears 5.
The opposite of my sex life. Boom.
Yep. The Gears 5 beta. It's
Did you play it yet?
Haven't played it. I hate to admit this as a Xbox fanboy, but it being such the guys that are really good at Gears of War never stop playing it. Okay?
Ever. And
it is one of probably that and Mortal Kombat. They're the hardest games as a casual to just get in and play and enjoy because you're going to get just thrashed.
Everybody, yeah, you have no chance.
The wall bouncing, all that shit. Someone like me, I don't have a prayer. I played it a lot when the first one came out, and then second, not so much. Third one, I played it a lot again, and then fourth, I did a little bit of Horde. But I'm definitely going to keep it to just campaign and Horde because the multiplayer, those guys are just so good. They're real good.
You and I are not the multiplayer type anymore.
No.
I barely was. You more so, but I actually preferred Horde. I loved Horde and obviously the campaign, but
yeah, I got the Game Pass. I'm going to play a lot of Horde, but I don't think I'm going to do any multiplayer. It just looks. I watch people play it on Twitch, and
yeah,
everybody is just so fucking good. I'm like, nope, I'm not even going to bother
unless I can get into a game where I'm into a group with like the people I know that are good at that kind of stuff. Like if I'm in a group with like Morgan and Frank at the same time, maybe I'll play and I'll just like sit back and not do much. Yeah,
Morgan and Frank are pretty good. Dylan Fisicals, if you can get in with him,
yeah,
he's good. But I don't know.
Party, not a group, a party. That's
me and you both can't be on the same team because it ruins everything.
That brings the curve down a lot.
Yeah, it has to be just one of us with four of our buddies that can actually play.
Yeah.
And even as good as they are, they get rolled too.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
Yeah, they're not like they're not going to take over the game at all.
They're old too now. Yeah. I mean, except Dylan. Dylan's pretty young. But,
yeah, he's not old.
But Frank
Morgan looks old. Yeah. Boom.
Yeah. Roasted. Yeah, I don't know, man. Multiplayer games in general, it's just unless it's co-op where you just need each other to get through things.
What you said you watched the Twitch videos, right?
Yeah.
Graphically, how's it look?
It looks phenomenal.
I'm gonna check it out.
It looks absolutely phenomenal. It's. Now I have it because if you have the Game Pass, you have the beta. I think the beta is closed though.
I haven't been on it.
I think it's closed
since the beginning of the week.
So I didn't play it, and I'm not gonna play it because it's closed. I think
it's closed, but I can still go on and watch some videos.
Yeah, but it looked great. It really did look great.
Good. I hope it hits. It does really well.
Now what I am playing, and I'm loving, is Bully. Rockstar Games Bully.
That's funny that the game that you're enjoying the most is not the brand new one that just is about to come out. It's the 12-year-old one.
Yeah, yeah. I never played it, and Stones told me a lot about it. A lot of people tried. He
loved it, yeah.
Because I'm getting old, so I'm leaning towards the single player stuff, and he's like, "You should play Bully." Well, it's on sale, the Xbox Summer Game Sale. $6. I picked it up. Absolutely love it. The Scholarship Edition. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I had a good time. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I knew Rockstar would be pretty good, but I'm actually really enjoying it, and I'll be playing it for a couple weeks.
Well, did you have an issue that first day you played, though?
The first couple of days?
Yeah.
I didn't know how to save. I thought because it had a cloud save that it just saved your shit.
But it's a checkpoint type thing, isn't it?
You have to go to a specific save spot. There's save spots on the map.
Oh.
And one of them's the dorm that you live in because he's a boarding school kid.
Gotcha.
And you got to save. And I'm not spoiling anything. I mean,
You ruined it.
Yeah.
I can't play it now.
anyone who hasn't played it since it came out in 2006, spoilers. But no, this kid basically gets sent to a boarding school with all psychotic people, and then there's nerds and bullies, and you got to you can either get respect of the nerds or get respect of the bullies. There's jocks. There's different factions that you're trying to
impress.
And I think it's possible to kind of get everyone on your side, but it'd probably be a lot of work. So I don't know.
I almost bought it back then, and I didn't. I wish I would have, because you like it a lot. Stones loved it. He talked it up a whole bunch. He was hoping they would
it's $6.
Bring it back out, remaster it or something, or make a sequel. Hopefully they make a sequel to it.
Well, there's rumors that they are, then they aren't. Then I guess Grand Theft Auto Online did a little... they added a casino mode that people are playing right now.
Yeah.
And it dropped a big hint. I don't know what the hint was, but everyone was like, Bully 2, oh my God! Because it's something that happened within the game, and Rockstar was teasing it. But
well, that'd be great.
So it was an on-again, off-again rumor with Bully 2. I really hope they make it. By playing this, it's a lot of fun. So, digging it.
I have a little video game thing I want to bring up.
Yeah.
You ever play that Fortnite?
Actually, no, not a minute of it.
Well, me either. My daughter has. My son hates it. But they had the Fortnite World Cup that just finished up. Did you read anything about the Fortnite World Cup?
No.
$30 million worth of prizes.
What?
For the Fortnite World Cup.
I heard Ninja got kicked out, or not, lost out like right away or something.
The team that won, the duo that won $3 million.
Oh my God!
They're teenagers. Second place won $2.25 million. They're also teenagers. And almost everybody uses keyboard and mouse when they're playing it. It's like PC style, but the rules allow people to use controllers. And the second place team, the one guy on the team, his name was Wolfies, used a controller, an Xbox type controller, and he owned people with it.
That's actually amazing.
It really was.
Because you're at a real disadvantage against a mouse and keyboard guy as far as sensitivity and angles.
He even put out a bunch of videos beforehand saying that he's going to wreck some people with his controller skills.
Well, he did.
He did. Second place. Him and his teammate took second place. I think he's English, too. I think he's from Great Britain. But $2.25 million for second place.
He's wrecking face with a controller.
With an Xbox controller.
Amazing. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. It's like, I don't play Fortnite, but I was like, that much money?
Yeah.
They had it at the freaking the tennis stadium in New York, the U.S. Open tennis stadium, Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Really?
Yeah. It was completely packed. It was
capacity
crazy.
Crowd to see that shit.
Thousands of people, man.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
That's bonkers.
But games are big shit now, especially that fucking game. I'm just so glad that episode 6 we went on and on about Apex Legends. It's going to take over the world.
Yeah. Well, season 2 came out and people were talking good about it, but it's
still a well-liked game, but like I kind of thought like, yeah, Fortnite's dumb. I'm like, Fortnite's
obviously
done.
We were
They're out of here. Yeah.
Well, we weren't the only ones saying that, though. A lot of people were saying that.
Yeah. That's one I'd like to have back.
Yeah.
But, be like the guys, that you don't want to do with these MD doctors. You want to do they ain't going for it. You got to do it our way.
But from what I understand, Apex Legends Season 2, they got like Leviathans. Big, huge, giant things have come through and fought, and they've changed the entire landscape of the game. So stuff that you've played the maps.
Yeah,
the map,
those big fuckers standing on the outside of the map.
Yeah, well, they finally came through and they tore shit up. So the maps are completely different now. They're the same maps. They've been tore up by the Leviathans.
Yeah, I haven't played, so I wouldn't know.
Either.
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
Some, to get away from video games briefly, or probably altogether.
Probably altogether. We are a video game podcast, but
yeah, I don't know if we're that anymore. I don't know what the fuck we are.
Hey, Apple tells me we are.
We are a bro drink podcast. I guess it's
yeah.
There's like a derogatory term for our type of podcast because a lot of people are doing it, but whatever.
Joe Brogan.
Joe Brogan. So I was watching the YouTube, and I know it was a TV show, but like I Shouldn't Be Alive. You ever watch that show?
Oh, yeah.
And I was watching a couple different scenarios where one guy, he's a skydiver from California, but he goes down to Costa Rica to jump with his buddies. Storm comes. They have to make an emergency jump, like Point Break style.
Okay.
Like the plane crashes. All his buddies die, but he lives, okay? And he falls into the ocean. And he's the only person out of all these shows I've ever watched, though, that sharks didn't like rub his legs and kind of chase him around the whole time. And I was watching these other shows about people, there's sharks around, and they, the USS Indianapolis, the sharks.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
And I'm kind of thinking about like the shark bite statistics. Okay. I don't think they're valid, and you're more likely to get struck by lightning. You're like the statistic I want is what are your chances of getting bit when you're fucking in the ocean stranded? Not like all of us who live on the land and don't go anywhere near salt water. I don't care about.
You're saying that the stats are skewed.
Yeah, well,
because you might set foot in the ocean, and there's always potential that there might be a shark nearby, and that's somehow factoring into these.
Now I realize that probably billions of people go into oceans a year. I understand this, but I want to know the stat of when you're in the ocean and they're around, what is the likelihood then? You're not likely to get mauled by a pit bull if you're never near one. I understand that, but that doesn't give me the lowdown.
You want the stats for the people who are in immediate proximity to those sharks.
Yeah, exactly. The same thing as with plane crashes. Well, driving in a car is much safer. More people drive in car. Much more dangerous, rather. But everybody drives in a car all day.
Yeah.
What are your chances of survival if something goes wrong? Not,
you're more likely. Yeah, I get you.
Not like what's more likely. Like,
if there's
if I'm in a plane and something goes wrong, what are my chances of survival then? That's what I want to know.
Exactly. When a car, even if something really bad happens, you have more of a chance of survival. Whereas a plane, you're 30,000 feet in the air. No matter what happens, if the plane stops working, you're coming down to earth. You're probably not going to live.
No,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, plane like I said, the I Shouldn't Be Alive thing. The pilot died. All his buddies died. He jumped down. He lives. He didn't get bit. There was no sharks around him either. He did luck out. This particular guy. But there's always stories about people falling in the ocean and the sharks, like, rubbing their feet. I'd have a heart attack, man. I would have a heart attack. It would be too much.
Yeah, I didn't realize that show was still on. Or is it just old ones?
It's on YouTube. I'm watching all the YouTube shit.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah, I don't know. It is a great show. I watched one after another of I Should Be Alive, or another one I really liked was Locked Up Abroad.
Oh, yeah.
And I watched one with this guy. He got imprisoned in Pakistan.
Oh, he's fine.
And it was like a real, well, actually, Midnight Express was a real life story, but
yeah,
it was like it was like a similar thing to Midnight Story. The prison guards beating you and stuff.
Yeah.
But this dude was like a real like badass. He had like a thick. You could just tell he could fight. And he said these little scrawny guys were like these Pakistani guys would try to jump him because he's a foreigner or whatever, and he would just beat the fuck out of them, like over and over again. He would just and he goes, I actually had to go easy on them so I wouldn't break their neck or something and end up with a longer sentence. But they were trying to. Anyway, long story short, what happened was he went over to get quality rugs. First of all, dude, you weren't getting rugs. I'm not lying. This is his story.
Yeah.
You're getting add a D to that. That's what you were getting.
Yeah.
You were over there getting
rugs.
He goes. He's like, well, we had to get these rare rugs. Like, dude, you were there getting fucking hash or
opium,
heroin and shit like that. Don't fucking lie. You're over there getting that poppy plant, dude.
Yep.
Don't lie to me. Anyway, he had a horrible time there. He got beaten, mistreated by the guards and everything. And it just so happened, like, he was in like what would be like the warden's office when some sort of high-ranking Pakistani guy came in, and he's basically like, who the fuck's this white guy? He's like, some American. He's like, what happened to him? Well, we did, and I guess he put two and two together. They beat him, mistreated him. Like, get him the fuck out of here. I don't want to interact. I don't. He didn't want the international incident. He's
So
like,
they released him.
yeah, he's like, just like no like appeal process or court. Just get him out, because the guy's like, he doesn't want the United States government pissed off. He's like, just get him the fuck out of here. Get him out.
Yeah.
And that's basically how I went home. So some high rank type of Pakistani officer or something was there and just get him out, dude. I don't want the problems.
Wow.
Yeah.
You brought up Midnight Express. I'm glad you did because I was going to anyways. I did not see that movie until I was in my 20s, and it was because of you. I didn't even know the movie was a real thing until you showed it to me. I'm like, I've never heard of this movie. I heard of the music before because...
Yeah, the wrestling.
Wrestling, yeah. And then I saw the movie, and I'm like, that movie right there made it so... First of all, at the time, it scared me from traveling abroad at all because I was afraid no matter what, I was going to go to jail in a Turkish prison. And secondly, it scared me straight. I will never go to another country and do anything wrong because that shit was fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about this last week, and I won't repeat what I said. But,
no.
But it reiterates my point, though.
Yeah.
You want to go where things are familiar. You don't want to go somewhere where they have fucked up laws and, you get into a fight in a bar and hurt somebody, and then you have like no due process, no nothing. Then they hate you because you're white on top of it.
Yep.
Nope. I don't want it.
I had a coworker who actually part of his honeymoon was, did Italy and they did something else, but they made their way by train to Turkey a few years ago. And so part of their trip was in Turkey, but, they went and saw the ruins and stuff and all this other really cool stuff. And I was like, I couldn't do it. Turkey probably scares me more than any other country only because of the movie Midnight Express.
Well, that's enough. That's enough to make most people scared because that movie's fucked up, dude.
It's a true story.
Yeah, that famous scene, Billy, and she puts her tits on the
yeah.
But Billy definitely had a bad run over there.
I like how he bit the guy's nose off.
I thought he bit a guy's tongue out.
Was that what it was?
He snitched on another guy, which got him beaten to death by the guards, so he was angry and he bit the guy's tongue. Snitched.
Yeah.
You bite his tongue out, he can't do any more tattling.
It was messed up, but that was the thing. At the end, he just kind of walked out of prison.
Yeah, he killed the guard that beat him.
Yeah.
So he kills the guy that beat him all the time, who ironically played Gimli the dwarf.
Yeah.
So the actor is like not Turk at all. He's a Brit or Welsh. So he kills.
Well, he played an Egyptian in 2 Indiana Jones movies also.
But he's just full on Welsh.
Yeah.
Which a brief segue. The reason a lot of Welsh look like that and Tom Jones with the dark hair, the theory is that when the Romans occupied, they all didn't leave. So they're actually a kind of a makeshift Italian that is,
that's
So that's why Welsh people don't look like Anglo-Saxons. There are a lot of Welsh that are full on, white ginger type people.
Yeah.
But a lot of the Welsh have dark hair and dark eyes.
Well, as Tom Jones said, it's not unusual for Welsh people to have dark hair and dark eyes.
It's not unusual to stuff a banana in your pussy. You ever hear about those stories about that?
I've heard of the stories of him having a huge, gigantic penis.
Supposedly he does have a giant cock, but there's also something else. You know how the stars, when they come to a theater or a town, they have certain requests.
Yeah, the writer.
Yeah, his request was unripe bananas, so they're solid,
firm,
and supposedly he loved to put them up in there.
What is with famous people, man?
Like, I can't verify that, but I heard that.
No, it's just like the Led Zeppelin mud shark thing.
Yeah.
But
you talking about the Kardashians or no? I mean,
oh no,
no. I mean
the
actual mud shark.
They actually supposedly put a dead shark up some groupies snatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always been one of the stories. Also,
Yeah.
Dim.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so I never heard the Tom Jones one. That's interesting.
Supposedly, unripe bananas in the snatch.
Go back to Midnight Express for a second. Didn't the guy he played, the character, didn't he end up dying a couple years after that anyways? From something else, like a drug overdose?
Probably drugs.
And if I'm not mistaken, the guy in the movie, the guy who played Billy in the movie, Brad Davis?
Ruined his career with drugs, yes.
I think he got AIDS. I think he
Was
did a
it
lot of
AIDS?
drugs. I think he got AIDS and died of AIDS.
Now, there was some movie where he gets in a tremendous fist fight with his brother, and he's like a redneck. I forgot the name of the movie.
Yeah, he was only in a few movies, and he was really good.
He was a great actor. He would have been a phenomenal star. He had everything. He had everything to be a great star.
With drugs and AIDS.
But yeah, he did die. See, I forgot there was a movie that a scene that I really liked. It was a fist fight between him and his brother.
I'm looking up some of his
But
movies
I can't.
right now.
Anyway, it was phenomenal fist fight.
There was he's in Chariots of Fire.
Okay, I never seen that, but I know that's like an iconic film.
He was in The Plot to Kill Hitler. Quirrell.
No,
A Small Circle of Friends.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't find anything about what you're talking about, but
It wasn't as good as the Bitter Harvest shovel fight, but it was a good fight.
I forgot about the Bitter Harvest shovel fight.
Another bullet point though. Speaking of him, dying early and know,
Yes.
potential. Another, I for some reason I was had a few beers last night and I went through like old videos, like music videos, different bands, like from when I was young and not obese.
Yeah.
And the Aaliyah came up.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just watching her videos, that from, first you don't succeed.
Yeah.
Pick yourself
I think
up
that's from
and-
the Jet Li movie,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is. Romeo Must Die.
Yeah.
And I was looking at, like, between her looks, her sound, she probably would have been maybe bigger than a lot of those girls that were, like, up and coming at the time.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, you had, like, your Pink and Christina Aguilera and Beyonce and, all the...
She could have been the biggest one.
I think, I'm looking, I'm like, I think she had more talent than any of them. She could act better than Beyonce.
Yeah.
The looks are comparable. Beyonce's really pretty, but
She is.
But they're both very pretty. It's taste at that point. It's a 10 and a 10 side by side.
Yeah.
But she could act better. I think her singing voice was actually better than Beyonce's. I really do. I'm like, this chick would have been huge because even if she was just kind of merged into the pack. All them girls that I mentioned, Pink and Aguilera and Beyonce and all them girls, they ended up being really big.
Yeah, they made it really big.
Plus, she could act.
Yeah.
I mean, she could have gave up one of the things to focus on the other and just been fucking like the female Will Smith.
She could have. And then she could have done a few more movies, stopped music for a while, and then went back to music. A lot of them do it. And she definitely could have done it.
She had a lot of talent.
She did.
And
she would have been. I think she would have been 40 this year.
Yep, she was my age.
I think earlier this year they celebrated her what would have been her 40th birthday, January or something.
Her and Lane Staley, their deaths were kind of overshadowed by a small event, 9/11.
Yeah,
that kind of like put everything off into the back burner.
Yeah,
but she definitely would have been huge.
Wait, Lane Staley was the year after 9/11.
Was it?
It was, yeah. No, what overshadowed Lane Staley was Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
Oh, yeah.
She died at the same time as him. So it's like you heard, like, hey, Lane Staley died. Oh, my God, Lisa Left Eye Lopez died also, and that's more important.
Yeah, and you know how I'm talking about how all these people had a lot of talent? Left Eye did not. Sorry.
She annoyed the fuck out of me, man.
She did not have the Staley talent or the Aaliyah at all.
Which, yeah, because Aaliyah died August 25th of 2001, so a couple weeks before 9/11.
Literally a couple weeks. I remember it was like she died and then no one talked about it again.
She was born in January of 1979. So they just celebrated her 40th birthday back at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
She was born in New York but raised in Detroit.
She was a goddess.
She was on Star Search.
She was hot.
She was R. Kelly's first victim.
Was she?
Yeah. Oh, you don't know?
I didn't know that.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the loop.
He was he had her, and there's also a rumor that they were allegedly secretly married when she was 15 or 16.
Oh,
but she was with him, and she finally broke away and then started doing her own thing. But from like 15 to 17 or 14 to 17,
probably literally had to break away.
It was rough, and he helped her with the music, but obviously also helped her with her potential pee drinking skills.
Oh God!
Not to be gross, but he likes to piss on chicks.
Absolutely, he does. Robert will piss right
Did
in
you
your
see
mouth.
Did you see his crisis manager?
No.
There's a guy that he hired to be a crisis manager. Help him with these sensitive situations.
Yeah, where he rapes chicks. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but this guy was just hired recently to help with this stuff, and he was on CBS this morning a couple days ago, and they basically asked him about, because he has kids. He's like, would you leave your daughter alone with R. Kelly? He's like, basically, he said the equivalent of, fuck no, I wouldn't do that. He resigned soon after that interview.
Yeah, you'd have to, because at some point there's certain things where you have to be honest with yourself, even if it fucks
if your job is to defend somebody and then you won't even let your own child be around that person's not safe, and you'd pick the wrong job, sir.
When a lawyer can't even lie about it, it's so obvious that you can't lie. That's bad.
Yeah, but according to some of her family members, Aaliyah wasn't treated like that, but a lot of her other family members, she totally was treated like that.
So it depends on who Robert paid off versus didn't.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. We know what you're up to, Rob.
But yeah, she was the first, potentially the first.
Wow.
Yeah, because you're talking 25. She was 21 almost 22 when she died. Or she was 22 when she died.
Either way.
So it would have been, 25, 26 years ago.
She was hot AF.
She was. And you're right, she was a really reasonably good actor.
She would have, I'm not saying she's Meryl Streep.
She's not going to win an Oscar.
But she could act, is my point.
Yeah.
And
I only saw her in two things, but
she would have been in a bunch of movies. I'm being dead serious. I think she would have been like the female Will Smith, like where he's not a great actor, but he's not a great singer, but he's solid enough where you just put him in shit because everybody likes him. She would have been that person.
What did I see her in? Romeo Must Die, and then she was in Queen of the Damned, but I think she died before she finished filming her part, so some of the stuff was CGI type thing where they put her face on somebody else.
Yeah, or kind of like the guy that died filming Gladiator.
Oh, yeah, Oliver.
Yeah, he croaked in the middle of it, so they had to kind of copy and paste to finish the fucking movie.
Well, I mean, they did with Brandon Lee and The Crow also.
Yep.
Which...
Yeah, I remember the insane theories of why him and his dad died, like that he betrayed China mysticism somehow.
Bruce Lee did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We've talked, we never talked about that, but you've seen the movie Dragon, the Bruce Lee story?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Where they had that 6-foot Hawaiian guy play the 5'8" Chinese man?
Yeah.
He's 6 foot and about 200 pounds, and he's playing a 5'8" man who's 145 pounds.
Yeah. The next Bruce Lee movie, they're going to have The Rock.
Oliver Reed was the guy from Gladiator.
Phenomenal actor.
Oh, yeah. One of the finest actors ever, actually, according to some people.
Yeah, and he got totally fucking Caesared, though.
Yeah. Man, Gladiator is such a good movie.
That is a great movie.
I have not watched it in a while. I should watch it.
Joaquin Phoenix plays the ultimate, guy you hate because he's such a bitch and has no honor. You just want him to die the whole time.
Yep.
He's like Billy Zane in Titanic. Fuck this guy.
Oh,
man. Fuck him.
Man. You just made me think of another Nat movie.
But as I'm getting older, I actually appreciate Billy Zane in Titanic. You want to live. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
You want to live. But when I was a kid, I was anti-Billy Zane.
Well, yeah, because let me think. I was 18 and you were 19 when Titanic came out.
Yeah.
And we're like, such a bitch.
You're a bitch, dude.
I wouldn't do that. Now I'm like, well,
You got to drown and let the women live. No, I'd be like climbing over people to live. Get out of the way, bitch.
I'd make sure, if my kids were there, I'd be like, oh, okay, you guys first, but then me before anybody else. Me and my kids and my wife, and then everybody else.
Yeah.
So.
Fucking, oh, hey, you're not as big and strong as me. Off the raft you go, and on I do. Me and my family.
like, oh, I tripped and elbowed you in the temple. I'm sorry.
Should have been stronger. I'm just being serious.
I'm being serious also. Me, my wife and kids first, and then everybody else.
Yeah. We won't get, like, I don't want to get into why this came up. This is unless you had more to say.
What's that?
About the
Aaliyah thing?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Why'd it come up?
Because she's hot.
Okay.
No, it came up because of the Brad Davis, being popular and would have been really a huge star, and then
the drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, different situation, but same scenario.
And then Aaliyah, same difference.
He was, apparently he had HIV in 85, and he died in 91, but his wife later said that he basically committed suicide by overdose because he was getting worse.
That sucks.
But same thing. He would have been a award-winning actor. Well, he was nominated for Midnight Express. I don't think he won, though.
No, I don't believe he won. The Midnight Express did win awards for its score, though. That famous music.
The music's fantastic. Like I said, I only knew the music because of the wrestling crew.
Beautiful Bobby and Stan Lane.
Yes, if you say so.
That's who it was.
I don't remember.
It was
their
Bobby
names.
Eaton.
Oh, really?
Bobby Eaton was one half. Then there was Dennis Godry. I can't remember how to say his name.
Yeah.
And then Stan Lane took over.
Oh, okay. I do kind of remember that.
And yeah, that's what happened in the 80s.
Midnight Express won 2 Oscars.
Really?
One for Best Original Music Score to Giorgio Moroder, and then Best Adapted Screenplay, because it was based on a book, so it's adapted. And the winner of that was the writer, Oliver Stone.
Oh, really?
He won an Oscar for that.
He never.
Brad Davis was not.
He
nominated,
never really
actually.
did much after that. That Oliver Stone.
I've never heard of him.
No.
But Brad Davis was not nominated for that. John Hurt was for his supporting actor thing in it, because he was in it. You know John Hurt.
Yeah.
John Hurt was an alien, and the thing popped out of his stomach.
Oh yeah, he's in a lot of shit.
He dead now, but
gone.
He died last year. You Harry Potter fans might know him as Mr. Ollivander, the wand expert.
Yeah.
That was the dorkiest thing I've ever said on this show.
You know, like we're talking about, like avoiding prison abroad, but you should avoid prison in general. And one thing that never seems to work, and I was thinking about this the other day, because the singer from As I Lay Dying, has a murder for hire scheme ever worked in history? Has it ever worked?
If it did work, I don't think you would know about it.
True, but I mean, maybe if you hire the Iceman, Richard Kolkinski, back before he got caught, maybe it worked.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, it seems like we hear about a lot of them that are just utter failures.
It just seems like a murder for hire scheme is all you're doing is calling a cop and telling on yourself, "Hey, I want to kill my wife. Stop me." That's basically what a murder for hire scheme is.
And if the person you hire isn't the person that rats you out, it's always an undercover cop who's pretending to be the person you're attempting to hire. It's not going to work, people.
You can do a murder for hire on the dark web.
That's true.
But I would imagine that it's the same thing. Like you're going to get caught. Like the FBI is incapable of making a fake hitman website.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, they don't have any tech guys in the
FBI.
Yeah, FBI, schmefbi.
Yeah.
They're dumb.
They have no clue how to do their jobs.
They totally don't know how to catch people. Unintelligent, no intuition, absolutely zero instincts, them guys. None.
Nothing. You can totally get away with... I want one of our legions of fans to jokingly attempt a murder for hire scheme, see what happens, and let us know what happens.
I wonder if there's a way we could do that. Like we can...
But that's not.
Like, but but we'll do it with we'll record ourselves. This is totally fake. We want to just see if we can get caught, and we do the video ahead of time and timestamp it, and then do it, and then try to record. Okay, this is what we were doing. And yeah, that would totally get us.
I still think that's a really horrible, bad idea, man.
I just want to see how quick it takes us to get caught. That's all. Probably like 3 days.
I mean, if you really want to,
you gotta. You gotta hang out at the gym, right?
I'll just make sure that Stones is back, and I happen to not be here that point.
Like,
or Frank is here, not me.
Because of the one I saw, the guy, he met the cop at a gym, so he just started. Everybody has guy banter. And everybody, some people, at a gym or something will complain. Yeah,
is murder for hire like guy banter now?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But he was at a gym and she's leaving me, going to take the kids. Which that's, I've heard that story from guys. But where do you go from that? I want to kill the bitch, and then you're like, because I have heard that. I mean, they're not meaning it literally.
No,
but they're aggravated. But then, how does it go from that to? Oh, I'll do it. I mean, I know a way. I know someone that could provide you that service. And then you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
I totally trust you.
Yeah, I met you at the gym. That's fine. I've talked to you 3 times.
Because
I trust you with this.
There was 2 that Tim from As I Lay Dying, it was a gym connection.
Okay.
And then I saw another one in the 90s where a guy met someone at his gym. Same thing. It was a cop.
Wow.
It's like, guys, if you're going to kill somebody, do it yourself.
Well, I guess
killing someone is a do it yourself, a DIY project.
It is
always.
Yeah. But as far as meeting them at the gym, I guess that's actually better than the ones you see where people find someone on Craigslist or something like that, which is definitely a cop. They're it's entrapment. At least the person at the gym is somebody you can see in person and you've at least conversed with before, instead of finding somebody online to do it.
Speaking of Craigslist, he just texted me and you. I kicked everyone out of my house. It felt good.
Yeah, we should.
No, don't talk.
We're not going to tell that.
But yeah,
he can tell it next time he's here.
Yeah, a murder for hire scheme never works.
Ever.
So just if you got a problem with somebody, be a man and do it yourself, or don't do it. Don't even bring it up.
It's not worth it. Sometimes.
Yes, sometimes it ain't worth it. But the funny. I was on Twitter too, and people were talking. I saw that. I just happened to see a conversation as my sister tweeted it out, talking about it. It's and then some guy said, hey, "How does it feel to eat at a restaurant alone?" And me being a truck driver, that's my default way.
Yeah.
I actually feel uncomfortable, and I was talking to these people. I was like, I actually feel weird when I'm out to eat with someone. It's actually strange to me. Like, what? I'm like, yeah. I go, I'm so used to eating alone at restaurants that when I'm with someone, I mean, if it's not, I wouldn't say it feels awkward or anything, but it's just different. I'm so used to being alone eating that that's 100% the way I prefer to do it.
I understand that.
Yeah, but it was they just couldn't believe it at all. It was, I don't know, maybe they're just, some people they have to be around other people to feel, I don't know, normal, or they feel like everyone's staring at them. I don't know.
No, and like you said, you're probably doing that 5 days a week now, where you're eating by yourself at least once a day, right? So it's become the norm for you. Whereas, like me, if we go out, it's everybody, because usually we can only afford to go out to eat once a week, maybe. So everybody goes, Well,
yeah, you yeah. I'm sure your kids would be fine if you just left them out. I'm gonna go eat tasty food.
We're going to Chili's. You're staying home.
Yeah, they totally wouldn't melt.
Not that I would choose Chili's first. It's just that was the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think of Denny's first.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the Denny's here in Roseville is in bad shape.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
Bad shape.
But no, I know what you mean, because I was, well, not really, because I usually ate while I never actually stopped to eat when I was driving. I would eat whilst driving. So if I wanted to, when I got back to the shop or whatever, I could take my official lunch and just like lay down in my car or just, do something. I take the extra time. But yours, it's basically your truck, you're driving, you're leaving in the morning, and you're coming back closer to the end of the day.
Yeah.
Whereas mine was like, I'm leaving, I'm taking stuff, I'm delivering it, I'm coming back. I was like doing, short range deliveries, I guess it would be, something like that.
Yeah.
Yours is all day, so that's a little bit different. So,
yeah, it is different. I preferred. I don't eat breakfast. Okay, that's
bad.
You should never not. They say you shouldn't do that, but so I don't eat breakfast. So I have to beat the lunch crowd because I don't like to be in there when there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I take a brunch.
Okay.
Sometimes it's at 10:30 to 11, and it's quite nice because no one's really in there.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, it's almost always empty. And I don't know. Every now and then you'll catch like a group of people in front of you and you're fucked. But generally,
it's usually on a Friday.
Yeah.
People trying to get early lunch on a Friday.
Yeah.
That was my experience.
So they can do the happy hour drunkenness.
Yeah. Well, like today, I went to my mom's house and my parents were getting a new AC unit installed, and I took the kids over there. Basically amounted to my mom didn't want to be alone while this person was installing AC in the house, and my dad was at work. So she's like, just stop by with the kids for a while until your brother gets back, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. So I went over there, and she's like, hey, go get a Crave case. I haven't had a Crave case in a while from White Castle. I was like, okay. And you know how bad White Castle is. You go there, and it's like you're waiting forever.
It's
for
a
stuff.
75-minute wait.
I've waited 60 minutes before. That's a whole other story.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But I pulled in, I ordered my food. There's one car in front of me, and then one in the second lane where they have the conveyor belt type contraption to bring the food down to you. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
And it still took a few extra minutes because the guy in front of me ordered 3 things, like 3 double cheeseburgers, something else, in a drink. So it took like 12 minutes for him to get his food. But I was only in line for about 16 minutes.
That's record speed there.
At 11 o'clock on a Saturday at White Castle. I was like, whoa, that's amazing time for White Castle. So I know exactly what you're saying about that brunch period is the best time to get in there.
Yeah, anywhere.
I've always been a big fan of that anyways.
Yeah,
honestly, between 10:30 and 11. Because KFC doesn't open till like 10:30.
Yeah, 11:30 to like 1 is horrible.
Horrible.
Actually, if you work, same thing with a gym. If you can get into it, like I get off at 4.
Yeah.
So if you get to a restaurant or a gym at like 4:15, there's no one in there. But when you start creeping towards 5, they start piling in.
Restaurants, it's old people. That's it.
Yeah,
because they eat dinner at like 4 o'clock.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I never had luck with the gym because I always got out of work after 5:30. So 6 o'clock by the time I would get there, it didn't work out. I'd either have to go, if I wanted to, I'd have to get up ultra early and go at 5 a.m. or I have to wait till nighttime and go at 10 p.m. And that was always my sweet spot was 10 p.m. at night. Yeah,
and it's pretty late too. You're going to be amped up after a workout a lot of times, and
oh yeah, there's no way I got to sleep before 12:30 on those. But I was working at a later time in the morning, so I could basically I didn't have to be to work till like 8:30.
So my thing is, if I could redo something again, I wouldn't have bought this house, and I would have got a house with a basement and put a nice like power rack down there and just some weights. Because the gym, man, I hate the gym so badly, and it's just I really like incline press. There's certain movements that I prefer because it just doesn't hurt my shoulders.
Yeah.
And I remember one time there was this guy. He's sitting on the incline bench and texting. And,
oh my God!
And I was like, but so I went up to him like, "Hey man, you gonna be on here much longer? I want to get my set in." He's like, "Oh, I'm all right, man." And he would do work and then get on the. I'm not kidding you. I went and did 3 or 4 other movements that I didn't want to do, and he still wasn't gone. I said, "Dude, can I work The most polite way to run someone off a machine, and it works almost every. I said, "Can I work in with you?" Because it's not like the 80s or 90s where people are like, yeah, I want to. You say, "Can I work in?" It just gets rid of people now.
Yeah.
So that's all you got to do to get rid of somebody. Okay, man, can I work in with you? Because it's never cool to work in.
I will tell you that even when I was going at 10 p.m. and working, I was basically going to I was doing like an hour, depending on, so I was going an hour and a half. I was doing, both cardio and weights, which I know doesn't sound right, but that's what I was doing. There were still people at that time of night that would do that and just sit on a freaking machine. It's like, it is 10 p.m. Who the hell are you texting it? Well, I don't care who you're texting. Just, it doesn't matter. And it was a gym where it wasn't like a big, huge one. It's a smaller gym. There was 4 people in the building at 10 p.m., but one of those people had to sit on a machine for an hour at a time, texting and not working out. And it was always a machine I wanted to use.
Yep, it drives me nuts.
Absolutely.
That's why I just wish I had a basement, because if I had a basement, it would solve all the workout problems I have.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Maybe
there was a time where where I wanted to. Well, I'll just do like body weight stuff.
Yeah.
Well, as you get older and your joints are wrecked and you weigh more, body weight stuff, it ain't working. It ain't like trying to do push-ups at 40 when you're 50 pounds heavier than you were when you used to do them. It's not the same thing, man. So I need like machines or free weights, and I just wish I had a fucking basement.
I can tell you from experience, from someone who has a basement and has some workout gear in his basement, working out at home sucks because there's too many distractions.
That's true. You have a family.
Well, no, and my family wouldn't be the distraction. My 60-inch TV on the other side of the room would be my distraction. Yeah. I'd be like, oh, something's on. So yeah, and I don't have much stuff down there.
I shouldn't be alive. Let's watch this episode.
we got an elliptical. We got a what do you call it? The thing where you walk on. Crap. Treadmill.
Treadmill. Yeah.
Treadmill. And some kettlebells and some medicine balls. Nothing super heavy, just, stuff so you could do like light workouts, cardio type thing, that kind of stuff. Light stuff.
Sure.
Like a 30-pound kettlebell, I think a 10, 20, and a 30, and then a 25-pound medicine ball. So you could do some stuff. It was mostly for the kids because they wanted to, start exercising, and now they don't do shit.
Yeah.
I can't use the elliptical because not just because of the motion, but because I'm 6 foot tall, and as you do the elliptical motion, you basically go up in the air a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's a basement. So I'd be basically hitting my head on a rafter.
Oh, God.
So I can't do that. The treadmill, I don't. Either way, I have stuff down there I don't use at all, ever. Yeah. So there's too many distractions in the house.
When
I also have food in my house. I could go eat something while I'm doing this,
Yeah. There's infinite things at your house, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when I had a Bowflex here, and I did use that quite often, but it just gets, the thing is when you have a small house and no basement nor to stuff, you're like doing things around it, and you bang your fucking elbow on it when you're like vacuuming. I was like, dude, I don't want this fucking thing in my house anymore. It's just in the way. Even if you're using it, you feel that you resent it.
Yeah.
That it's in the fucking way.
No, I get it. I understand, but I mean, I guess if you're really dedicated, it would. I guess I use that as an excuse to not be dedicated to the working outness. There's too many distractions here. I can't work out. But realistically, it's all me.
Yeah. So I guess I could start going to a gym again, but I don't know. I just think I'd fall into the same thing of hating that everyone's in my way and blaming them for being there as if I deserve to be there more than them.
You don't deserve to be there more than them, but there's a certain etiquette they should follow too. There is a gym etiquette. You wipe your machine off when you're done, which I always did. Always. Some people might not. It's if you're doing a quick set and you're not sweating yet, I guess whatever. I just did it automatically. First of all, you wipe off your machine. Second of all, you don't sit on a fucking machine and not work out.
Yep. Now, Bob, he goes to a gym.
Yeah.
Where if you're texting on a machine, they say you have to use a different piece of equipment. They won't. If they see you texting, you got to get up. You have to get up.
Really?
They won't. Yeah, it's like more of a hardcore gym. If you're like plugging thing, your etiquette's poor, you're gone. So it's getting like so it gets like real lifters there, you know.
Well,
people who are serious about it, which is great.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I do too. Huh? They should enforce that more of those gyms. See, like I said, the one I went to is a small one, but it's only manned from 8 until it's 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. There's people working. After that, it's just a 24-hour place. You just swipe to get in. So there's nobody there. So if somebody's not sitting in a machine, there's no employee to enforce the whatever rules there may be.
Sure.
So that's actually kind of a cool idea, though. His gym does that.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Just kick everybody out. But I think it's probably going to end up being one of our shorter episodes.
Well, something happened this week that
I can let you go.
Broke my heart.
What's that?
Rutger Hauer died.
Oh, we didn't talk about this.
We did not. And I was really, I'm not a huge Rutger Hauer fan. It's like 3 movies, but it just, there's been a lot of that. Like people you really like watching in movies and stuff that just are dying. I guess it's because we're getting older, obviously, but
yeah, the Hitcher, that movie.
The Hitcher was great. It's one of my favorite movies too. I can't say Blade Runner is one of my favorite movies. I think Blade Runner is a very good movie, but I didn't watch it until the last few years. I wasn't into it like everybody else was. I got friends who were like, "It's the greatest movie ever." I'm like, "Well, it's a good movie." But they've been watching it for 20 years now. I haven't.
Well, the one movie that we would all agree is probably our favorite Rutger Hauer movie. I mean, you mentioned. I'll let you say it.
Oh, Blind Fury.
Absolutely.
That one, and I have to thank Frank.
Yeah, he's the one that he's where we all saw it.
We all saw it there, and then, this is gonna age us a little bit too. Well, me so much. We wouldn't go to the video store. My parents were friends of the local library. We'd rent movies from the library, VHS. And my brother Craig and I rented that movie from our public library between the two of us like 12 or 13 times.
Yeah.
We watched it a lot.
Shit.
Fuck.
Yeah. Shit. Fuck.
I love that. That was brother Tector and brother, I can't think of the Ray, maybe.
Yeah, the 2 big rednecks.
Yeah, they ended up killing each other in the movie.
Yeah.
Because he's like, "You shot me," and so he shot his brother.
Yeah. That's great.
But it was just an awesome movie. He was just a really good actor. And you know what? Blind Fury, and this is no joke, Siskel and Ebert, 2 thumbs up. Not because it was a great movie, but because they're like, yeah, it's just fun. And it was just an entertaining movie. It was, a little unbelievable, but it was a fun movie. So it actually got a 2 thumbs up from Siskel and Ebert.
That's amazing because they were such like hipsters about everything.
Yeah.
They shit on everything.
They said it just reminded them of like the Zatoichi movies, The Blind Swordsman, and they liked it. They thought it had fun. It had enough tongue-in-cheek humor and action, and 2 thumbs up from the Siskel and Ebert.
And remember they threw his sword out the window and he goes, "Count right now."
Yeah.
So they started counting so they knew how far to go back.
Yep.
To get his katana.
I actually, the day he died, I watched it, and that's no joke. I did. So I just watched it in the last 3 days. It is a really good movie, and most people we know, me and you both know, are probably going to point at Blade Runner. And believe me, don't get me wrong, Blade Runner is a good movie, and he was great in Blade Runner.
It's a really good movie, yeah.
He was great in it, and a part of his famous monologue from that, he ad-libbed, and it's probably what he's most known for. It's not my favorite thing he was in, though.
I remember when I was a kid, though, then I watched The Hitcher.
Oh, my God, The Hitcher.
And it scared the shit out of me because he made C. Thomas Howell rip his girlfriend in half or whatever with the semi-truck.
The trucks, between the trucks, yeah.
Yeah, and but one thing I didn't know because I watched it a few times as a kid, and I watched it, and my Uncle Trace was like, do you know why he followed him and harassed him that way? I'm like, no. He goes, He goes, it's his dad.
You know,
And then he goes, I said, you really think that? And he said, yeah. So my Uncle Trace's theory, which makes sense now, maybe not, it's not true, but it was a theory that made sense. He goes, the hitcher was C. Thomas Howell's dad. And he wanted his son to be the one to kill him. That's it, kind of like, you know, in Seven, where at the end he wanted Brad Pitt to kill him.
Yeah.
It was like that, but not as, you know, crazy.
Whoa, don't spoil Seven for people.
Yeah.
It's only been 22 years, 23 years.
But Rutger Hauer wanted his own flesh and blood to kill him. So he drove him nuts till he did it.
You know, I haven't seen that movie in a decade or so. I should probably watch that. A Hitcher was really good.
So I'm gonna watch. Yeah, I want to watch it as an adult and see if Trace's theory is right.
That's actually an interesting theory. I read something, and again, this just in the last couple of days since he passed. Rip Rutger Hauer.
Yeah.
But I started reading some stuff about some of the movies he was in, and I checked out a couple of them. They're like, these are the ones you should watch that aren't Blade Runner. I'm like, okay, so Blind Fury's on there, Hitcher, which I had seen, and then someone brought up a movie from like the early '90s that was supposed to be, it was supposed to be a sci-fi movie based on another movie, and I can't remember what movie it was. It escapes me now, starring potentially Arnold Schwarzenegger or even Harrison Ford. Actually, when the guy wrote it, he thought it'd be good, almost make it like a Blade Runner type story and have Harrison Ford in it. Well, it ended up becoming like just a 90s direct-to-video action movie. And Rutger Hauer happened to be in it, but honestly, it got so bad that they could have had like Don the Dragon Wilson in it. It would have been the same movie.
Yeah.
It was called Split Second. I'm like, I'll check this one out because this guy says it's pretty good. And it got good word of mouth. It didn't make much money, but, you know, people liked it. I started watching it, and, dude, whoever put this movie on the list was wrong. He was okay in it, but the movie fucking sucked. So don't watch Split Second with Rutger Hauer.
I did like Hobo with a Shotgun.
Hobo with the Shotgun was good, but it was intentionally bad.
Yeah, it was over the top.
It was, and that was on the list, too. And then there was one with him and Stallone from the early 80s, like 81, called Nighthawks. And that was really good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Where he played a terrorist called Wolfgar, and Stallone and Billy D. Williams are chasing him down when he makes it to New York, and basically they gotta stop him. And the only person who can stop him is
Marion Cobretti.
Deke De Silva was his name.
Deke De Silva. That's hilarious.
For some reason, Deke can get into his head better than anybody. He can figure out what he's going to do. And, yeah, it was a good movie, though. Stallone, it was after Rocky 2, but before Rocky 3, and he wasn't huge or anything. And it was just, and he had a beard and glasses. It was a decent movie. I was surprised. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Don't watch Split Second, though. It's a horrible movie.
No.
Don't do it, man.
Don't.
Because it's a psychic alien serial killing thing. It's almost like a predator, now I think about it. But it's psychic.
You'll lose interest in a split second.
And because of global warming, London has started to flood. And it takes place in London, I should say that. And it's just this whole thing. It's just a mess. Don't watch it. Don't listen to anybody.
I don't want to watch it. I don't.
Hey, you got cats.
Sure.
I want to go back to a video game thing real quick. This is a story I read earlier about a cat and a video game system. See if you heard this one. This headline says, "Cat wrecks video game stream by barfing so hard it breaks the computer." You ever had a cat barf on something and ruin it? Or have you ever had your cat ruin anything?
Oh, they've ruined a lot. All my furniture.
Yeah.
I don't have them declawed. They've destroyed my furniture. Now, I'm committed to them, and I like my cats because I got them. But when they die, that's it. I'm never having pets again because pets destroy your home. They've ruined my furniture. They've ruined, clawed up my walls.
Yep.
They ruin everything. And I love them, and I'm going to ride it out till they die. But when they're dead, I'm never getting another pet again, ever. I
remember when I was so pissed at this thing, but we had a cat who I was listening to music and
they do throw up a lot.
They do throw up. I was listening to music and I had headphones on, and all of a sudden it just went dead. I'm like, what the hell happened to music? the cat had chewed through the cord while I was listening to music. Chewed through the cord of my headphones and ruined my headphones. I was so pissed I wanted to kill the cat. Like, my mom was like, yeah, kill the cat. Yeah. I was like, okay, I won't kill the cat. The same cat, later on, puked into my stereo and shorted out my stereo. And ruined it. And I couldn't listen to music in my room anymore. Completely killed it. This cat, though, was it's a live streamer who goes by the name Jaded Blue. He's a live streamer. And he was playing a game, and he said, his cat came up and started making like this weird meowing sounds, and he asked him what's the matter, and then it started doing the puking sound, and he said, he pleaded on the air, he's like, oh, dude, no. And then all of a sudden the feed cut. He went back on the next day using a laptop, but said he wouldn't be on for a while because the cat had barfed into his computer and fried the whole thing.
Oh, it puked right on the motherboard or something?
Into the grill, like the wherever maybe he had it open, I don't know. But it puked directly into the computer and fried everything.
Somehow got on the board, yeah. Jesus.
Wrecked motherboard, graphics card, and power supply.
Well, I mean...
it did. Look, it puked right into the grate. He's got a picture of showing the puke on the...
Oh, yeah.
Where the air goes in and stuff.
Yep.
It puked right into it. So he had to stop playing video games for a while until he fixes his computer. Now, I would strangle that cat.
Yeah.
Because it's probably a couple $1,000 computer.
Well, it wasn't a cat, but a windstorm yanked down my power lines.
Yeah.
And back when Radio Underground was an FM station, I had like 10,000 songs that people because we just copy pasted from hard drives as friends I know, so I could get music because we played music back then. Yeah. I wanted as many songs as possible, and it had all my songs, all our old recordings from our episodes, bits, commercials, videos, everything we ever did, and just stuff, everything I ever did. It was like my life was on. And but I had my external hard drive plugged in.
Yeah. Oh, it fried.
And it fried my computer and my external hard drive. I lost every bit of that stuff. It's gone forever. Gone.
Well, not in the same level, but same thing. I have about 10,000 songs on my computer, and it's in my iTunes account because I'm one of the only people in the world that still uses an iPod.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened, but my iPod just stopped working a couple of days ago. So I have all these songs, and I don't have a way to listen to them anymore. It really pissed me off.
You don't have an iCloud backup?
No, I still have the songs. Don't get me wrong; they're still on the PC. They're still stored in iTunes. But I don't have. The only way I had to listen to my iTunes was through my iPod. I don't have an iPhone.
Well, I saw a video. I didn't watch it, but it came on my feed. It said, using an old iPod in 2019. That needs to be. I kept on
thinking maybe it's just the cord I have that it just stopped charging it, but it's a brand new cord and it's like a heavy duty one, so it shouldn't have snapped or it shouldn't have broke or anything. But I don't know. But it pissed me off because I had all these songs and I had every episode of our podcast on there too. Because if anything ever happened, I have, hard copies of our shows.
Yeah.
Kind of. But no, it wasn't meant to be, I guess. I guess for some reason that secondhand iPod I got for free doesn't have a guarantee on it.
Yeah.
I got it from my brother because he didn't want it anymore. He said it was dead, and I figured out it wasn't dead. It just needed a new charger cord.
Yeah, I remember when we were working for Dungeon Radio, which is our friend Brad, and we had to do actual CDs to play songs. There was no, and he slowly brought in MP3s.
Yeah,
but he had the the CD players.
I remember that,
and we'd pan from one to the next. I remember doing that.
I completely remember that. That was yeah, I remember that because he slowly started transitioning into the MP3 format because I would download some stuff and give it to him. I did do the same thing though. I'd put stuff on a CD for him.
The only thing I can remember about him is the first episode of our podcast. Frank called him a pussy for no reason. No reason at all. I always got along yeah, he was a pussy. I'm like, we're like, why?
And we're like, Brad? And he's like, I don't remember. You just didn't call him a pussy for no reason, basically.
Yeah, Brad, you're a pussy based on nothing. Because I just felt like
my theory is you suck and you're a pussy. I don't remember you though, but you were a pussy.
That's Frank's Frank's random yelling at people and insulting people.
Hey, I remember I was going to ask you about. We talked about it before, just in our conversation. I don't think we ever talked about it on the podcast before, but movies from the past that you couldn't make today. Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, that's the obvious
things
one.
like that. Blazing Saddles is a fantastic movie, but yeah, it's kind of insensitive today. There's even stuff in some of the other movies we've talked about that you couldn't do today, like
Bill and Ted said fag.
Yeah,
actually, Bill and Ted and Wayne's World,
World, yeah,
homophobic by modern standards.
Yeah, there's a bunch of that. I thought of another one earlier today, and it just celebrated its 20th anniversary a couple weeks ago. American Pie. Because think about it, not just what they talk about, which is a little bit gross out. They kind of talk about certain things, but the whole part where him secretly videotaping her and stuff in the room.
Oh yeah,
it's definitely dated, man.
Yeah, you can't do the creeping anymore.
It's definitely a movie that's like we talk about Wayne's World being dated and just kind of out of touch. I think in this particular climate, the way they kind of treat. They basically have a contest to see who can screw a girl first, and then one of them screws someone else's mom. There's just some stuff in there that just wouldn't fly today.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I got on a kick where I was watching Sam Kinison.
Yeah.
I'm like, this dude, he would be, like, considered alt-right nowadays.
It wouldn't fly.
Yeah, like the move to where the food is, yelling about.
I'm not a Jerry Seinfeld fan. I can see where people think he's funny and his style. I just never found him that humorous. I do like his show, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, because they just basically talk about whatever they want. But he made up a good point as a comedian. Because, and Stones has talked about it many, many times, how that'd be the hardest job nowadays because you can't say the things you used to be able to say. But Jerry Seinfeld said, it doesn't matter. If it's funny, it's funny. It doesn't matter if it's right or not. If it's funny, it's funny. And he's right. That's what I hate about this is stuff that if we found something funny, if we watch a movie now that we watched 25 years ago and thought was funny, and we watch it now and in this current climate, we can't enjoy it now, that really blows.
Yeah. Well, I understand. I know what you're saying. Now, me, when I talked about, I just wanted people to reiterate this. When I was talking about Wayne's World sucking, we talked about it like 10 episodes ago.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with the dated humor, like the homo stuff or whatever. To me, that stuff like can still be funny. My problem is it wasn't funny in general.
No,
like I tried to rewatch. I'm like, this isn't funny. Where Bill and Ted was funny at the time, and I just watching it as Bill and Ted's different. I still think Bill and Ted isn't funny. Not as an adult, it's not funny. It was funny when I was a kid, but it is still a great, entertaining movie. Still. It's just the humor doesn't, oh, God, that Bill and Ted. Ha ha!
It's not laugh out loud funny.
But it was just.
Not guffaw.
But it's a super entertaining movie. It really is.
And there's just certain parts of it that I didn't find funny back then that I find funny now. And it's just stupid. It's not stupid, actually. It's actually clever stuff that they put in there, but stupid people are saying it, and you don't realize how clever it was that they put it in the way they did. Like there's the part where they're doing the report near the end, and Sigmund Freud is doing his initial exam of Ted, and he basically says, "This is what's wrong with you," and he says something. He's like, "Whoa!" and he like, "You figured me out."
Yeah.
And then Bill's standing there. He's like, "You next?" And he's like, "No, I'm fine. Just a minor Oedipal complex." And then they showed his stepmom and the black teacher look at each other and like, huh? That's a smart joke. Oedipal complex is, Oedipus Rex. Oedipus Rex basically fell in love and screwed his own mother.
Oh.
It's an old literature, and it was a Shakespeare thing. And he's so to have
So he wanted to fuck Misty.
yeah, so to have an
Missy.
Oedipal complex is to be infatuated with your mother or your mother figure. And when I was younger, I didn't pick that up, obviously, but in the last couple of years watching it, I was like, that was a really clever joke to put in there.
I didn't pick it up as a 40-year-old.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Or
Yeah, that makes sense.
The part where Ted's introducing everybody as they're coming out of the booth to Misty, and he's like, this is what does he call Genghis Khan? It's like Bill Genghis Khan or whatever he calls him. He's like this is Nancy of Ark, or he just has a stupid name for everybody. And finally gets to end. He's like Abraham Lincoln, and he just says his name. It's stupid, but it's clever at the same time. It's just like he kind of gave up.
Yeah, he just.
It's funny. I love that movie, and it's one of my best Nat movies.
It's an awesome movie. It's phenomenal. It's entertaining.
Yeah, it seems like we've been talking about Bill and Ted too much the last couple weeks.
Yeah, we have. But there's
August 21st, 2020, Bill and Ted Face the Music.
And I can't wait to see how that goes. I hope they really. I have a feeling they're going to knock it out of the park because those two guys, Alex Winter and Keanu.
What's his name? That guy.
Yeah, that guy from 2077.
Yeah,
that guy. But yeah, they're not so full of themselves. They'll actually let themselves go and just be that character. They're not going to be like, oh, I can't do this. It's just beyond me. They're going to just, them two are going to go all in.
Yeah, there's no ego.
Yeah, they don't have the ego. They're going to go all in the characters.
And the fact that they've been fighting, well, they've been talking about it forever, but they've been really fighting for the last 4 or 5 years to get the movie made means that it's really something they want to do, and they got a good solid cast in there. Obviously no George Carlin, but it's something they really want to do. I don't want to call it a passion project, but it's something that they've been wanting to do for a long time. They got a lot of the original people, writers and stuff.
Fans want it.
The fans want it.
They want it.
Did you ever see Galaxy Quest?
Yeah.
It's a funny movie. That guy's directing this.
Oh, great.
So it's funny.
Galaxy, underrated movie.
I think so, yeah.
Underrated movie.
I thought it was a perfect spoof of those type of sci-fi shows.
Yeah, it was like,
and their fans.
Just because you were the leader on the show doesn't mean you're the leader right now in real life. Remember that scene?
Yeah. It was just, I think it's hopefully all going to come together really good. And Bill and Ted will be triumphant again.
Most excellent, triumphant.
Oh.
But yeah, there's a lot of movies, though, that they didn't age well because it was always...
No, don't get me wrong. Blazing Saddles has aged fine. It's still hilarious.
No, I don't mean it that way. I mean,
I just wanted
couldn't be made now.
But it absolutely could not be made now.
Well, even like My Bodyguard.
Yeah.
The whole time they're fighting, come on, you faggot, like over and over again.
It's not. Yep.
Yeah.
Wouldn't work.
Faggot, queer, everything's fag and queer in the 80s. That's how it was. You can't make that movie now.
I know.
Even if you're the bad guy, they have movies where like. Again, I love Stranger Things, and I give them the leeway, but like when when Maxine's starting to date Luke, he's saying those people and this and that.
You know what he's saying.
I know what he would have said in 1985.
Yeah.
About Lucas Sinclair. We all know it. They didn't let him, but we know what would have been said in 1985 about his sister dating Lucas.
And
I'm fine, but you got to give leeway because they don't want to get kicked off the fucking air.
No,
they're gonna lose. They'll lose money. Like
and even if it was actually made in '85, him saying that isn't right. He shouldn't call people names like that. But that's the way it was.
Well, a bully with a horrible attitude. Yeah, and his sister's dating a black guy. That's what he would have said in 1985.
Yeah, exactly. So people that go back and watch these movies now and say, "Oh, I don't like it because it's this way." It's like, yeah, but back when they made that movie, that's the way things were. For better or worse, that's how it was. Yeah, you can't just go back and scrub it out of history. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it'd be like trying to make a movie. Well, in reality, the Nazis fed people really well and treated them really well, and they didn't use the K word for Jews. They didn't use that word.
It's just or the people that complain about, which is a whole other thing. But have you ever seen Gone with the Wind?
Yep.
Okay, it's so long and boring.
Yeah, it's like 3.5 hours.
It's almost 4 hours long. It's so boring. There's only a couple of good parts. I don't know why it's on. It's whatever. It's my gripe with it. But they basically show slaves and show them talking and stuff. Like, they won't let them show it in places now. You can't watch that movie. They used to show it every year on the anniversary.
So you can't watch them interacting with the slaves as slaves
because the way that the slaves talk is too stereotypical.
Oh,
but that's the thing. They were slaves. They weren't educated. They probably didn't have the vocabulary. They may have talked like that. You don't know.
Southerners had no vocabulary back then.
It's but because it portrays, and they don't treat them right. Kind of. It doesn't portray them right. They boycott.
They weren't treated right back then.
Exactly.
They were slaves.
That's the problem I have with it. I don't want anybody
show it how it was.
I don't want people getting their feelings hurt. That's not what I don't like that. But you can't go back and sanitize history. It doesn't work. Okay?
Okay, I got a news flash for all you people that get mad about this sort of stuff. The entirety of mankind, even present day right now, people are killing and murdering each other, treating each other like dirt because they're from a different tribe or they're from a different ethnic group or religion or army. It still happens. There's still murders. You can buy a slave in Liberia. You can buy a sub-Saharan slave, a black person, for $400 in Libya right now. 400 euros. I saw the special. It is still going on. Pretending that it didn't happen ain't going to help shit.
No.
These things, the world is, just be glad, just thank God or whatever deity you have that you live in a Western country where this shit doesn't happen. The world is a dangerous place where people shit in the streets, okay? That's 80% of mankind. That's how they live. If you live in a westernized country, you better thank God because it's still bad in other places. And we had a bunch of shit, like horrible, horrific shit in our, when we were carving this country out. Bad things happen. And they're going to continue to happen, and pretending that they don't is retarded. It's never going to end, ever. There's always going to be murder and death and mistreatment. Get over it. Not saying it's right, it's just how it is.
And that's what I hate about when they do it, when people start talking about movies, and they will actually claim that these movies aren't good because these things happened in it. But that doesn't make them not good. That just makes them... That's the way things were then.
Rob Zombie said it the best.
Yeah.
He was talking about his own movie, when he redid Halloween.
Yeah.
And movie was only okay. It was okay.
The first one he did was decent. Yeah, the second one was... Yeah.
So I'm talking about the first one, and there's a scene where the bullies have the kid like pinned in, the kid that plays young Michael.
Yeah.
And he's like, I heard they had to pump the cum out of your mom's stomach, and it was real graphic, like how they were trying to fuck with him.
Yeah.
And Rob Zombie said it best. He goes, I got a lot of shit for the scene. He goes, but man, if you were bullied or you seen bullies in action, he goes, that's how it is.
Exactly.
They don't censor themselves about how graphically they do things to your mother or whatever. The bully is horrific. He's going to take it all the way. And this thing where this namby-pamby bullshit. And by the way, it's not going to save you. It's not going to save you from bad things. Bad things are going to happen. So I don't know what you're doing, like trying to... Now, I understand not wanting to show your child graphic things or racial epithets or whatever, but you as an adult, you can't just enjoy a movie. Yeah, there were slaves back then. Like if they made a Genghis Khan movie, I want it to be as gruesome as possible.
Yeah.
I want the reality of what he did. He put people in... Tamerlan, not Genghis Khan, but Tamerlan put people in a mass grave alive and then filled the dirt over them, thousands. I mean, horrific things you can't even count. But I want that featured in the movie about them, the Mongols, if they ever do it.
For those people that aren't into the Genghis Khan stuff, Tamerlan was his son.
Yeah, they killed, murdered, and raped like you can't even imagine.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man.
I know that if you're making a movie or some kind of media about a subject, especially back 200, 300, 400 years, or if you do the Mongols 800 years ago, it's going to be bad. But you want it to be honest, also.
Yeah.
I don't want anything sugar coated. Tell me the truth.
Yeah, or they make movies like the show about Viking, and then to Vikings. Remember that show?
Oh, I know. My wife watches it.
They started injecting like shield maidens. That shit didn't happen. I understand that you want some strong woman and shit, but it didn't happen. They didn't. That's not how it was. You can't make like. If you want to do a movie about a strong woman, then Joan of Arc, great. Make a Joan of Arc movie, and I think they did recently.
Maybe.
But like there are examples. One of the Queen Elizabeth, I forgot which queen because they got a bunch of Elizabeths throughout history.
Yeah.
She beat the Spanish Armada with her design of ships. There are some badass women throughout history, but don't fucking invent them to placate modern feminists. Don't make something that didn't happen. Now, I don't mind it in fantasy shit because fantasy is fantasy. But like historical shit where you got shield maiden Viking chicks, that's horse shit. That didn't happen. A Viking would not put women on the front line. They would not do it. They would not do it. Ever. They'd be like telling your grandpa from World War II, how many women stormed the beach with you? None! That's how many. None! It's ridiculous. I guess to get her point, stop rewriting history. Stop it.
That's what I hate. I hate revisionist history.
Because it's like, and you're doing a disservice to the oppressed, the people that got treated like shit back then, and you half-ass the portrayal. You're fucking them over. You know, you're like, oh, they didn't. Then you get people, they didn't have it so bad.
Oh my god.
You know, like, yeah, they did. Okay, it sucked. Okay, to be a slave, it sucked. There's no glory to it. But I guess I got off track with it, but I'm just saying you're right.
Yeah.
Stop rewriting things.
Gone with the Wind wasn't good.
Gone with the Wind, like you said, and if an art piece, even if let's say it was a shitty art piece that was wrong, even the art piece itself was wrong, or it portrayed things in a wrong way. That's the way the creator wanted it brought.
Yeah.
You know, so like, it'd be like telling a guitar player, I don't like that chord change here. You should rewrite it. Like, he's going to tell you to fuck off. It's my song.
Yeah.
I wrote the song the way I wrote
the
song.
It's just I had really tried to watch what they consider the top movies, and Gone with the Wind was on the list. And it's like, no joke, 3 hours and 53 minutes long. It's so long.
Yeah, I didn't like it when I saw it, but I was a kid. But I
saw it more recently, and I didn't. There was good parts. There was okay parts, but man, I remember being really bored a lot watching it. Like the Burning of Atlanta was cool, because I watched a thing about how they did all the special effects for that back then. And you're talking 70 years ago, 75 years ago, well, 80 years ago, and it's pretty amazing, you know. And adjusted for inflation, it's technically the highest grossing movie of all time. But
Yeah,
man, I was bored.
Yeah,
and I didn't like the way they portrayed slaves. You know, the whole realistically thing.
Yeah, that really needed to be brought out of it.
A lot of them were in the movie. They didn't treat them bad. It's just they made them out to be really uneducated and stupid.
Well,
they were.
They weren't allowed to read. Actually, if you tried to read that, you could be beaten for that.
And actually,
there's a reason why they didn't sound educated. It was strictly forbade. Because if you got educated, then they would hate their situation, which was awful, and they would want out of it. So they didn't let them fucking read. Okay? Frederick Douglass had to sneak and read.
Yep.
They didn't just give him books. He didn't educate himself by his own mind. He fucking had to sneak and read. That's why they weren't educated. They weren't allowed to be.
So when they use that as like, well, a reason to try to boycott a movie like that, don't boycott it because of that, because of the realism of it. Boycott it because it's boring.
Yeah.
Just don't watch it.
Yeah, if something sucks,
don't make it a political thing.
Yeah.
Just don't watch it.
Exactly.
Because it's boring.
Like The Witcher 3. The woman that's writing it, she's a feminist. She's made the Nilfgaard armor. Supposedly, it's supposed to be dickhead look because it looks like a scrotum and then a dick head, like on their head. You're getting that's bullshit. I don't like that, but you know what? I like Witcher. I'm still gonna watch the fucking show.
Oh, you're talking about the show, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I don't care if she's a feminist. If she has a good screen, like if it's written well,
Yeah.
and it's well put together, I'm going to watch it.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out.
And it's fantasy, so it's not like they're not redoing actual events. So I guess it's. And when you do, and another thing too, I like I said, I'm not a fan of feminists. There's a lot of things I'm not a fan of. But when you redo someone's art, it's your interpretation of the tale, so there's leeway. Because I'm talking about fantasy. I'm not talking about like actual historical events, like The Hobbit, the elf chick and her love with Fili. They had a kind of a love thing.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the book.
No.
It was thrown in, and a lot of people were pissed off like that. Like, yeah, but guys, it's kind of his interpretation of the tale. I mean, you got to give a little leeway.
Well,
and it's fantasy. They didn't like create, kind of like another. I guess a good example of embellishing a true event was the Titanic.
Yeah,
the Titanic happened, but the love story was like a fairy tale within a real event. So that's how that was presented. That's fine too.
It is. Because if they just showed a movie about a boat, coming from England to America and hitting an iceberg, and they had no other story to go with it, it probably wouldn't, make $2 billion.
Yeah, and it would just be a History Channel show.
It's just a History Channel thing, yeah.
Yeah, and which, they do pretty well, but not $2 billion.
No, I have no problem with embellishment at all, but if it gets to a certain point, I don't know.
Yeah,
the Hobbit movies sucked in general. They weren't.
Yeah, they weren't very good.
They weren't very good, but the fact that they demanded a third movie when he was only going to make 2 originally probably affected that, and it's probably why he went a little bit more into that love story.
Yeah, and
he needed that because he needed to make another movie.
Yeah, he needed. I got to fill this goddamn space, man. Kind of like we're doing here with the show. We're just filling in here. What else do you think about?
Just random stuff.
Yeah, that scene where I shouldn't say the scene. The movie in general was the first time when I saw The Hobbit for the first time, not at the theater I didn't notice, but when I had it on my Xbox in HD.
Yeah.
I'm like, the HD was so clear, I go, this looks stupid. These look like people in costumes. I go, it looks like people in costumes. Them props look fake as fuck, and it's not the filmmaker's fault that the quality was too high. It's like you can tell it's costumes. You can tell that's fake. Like it's
in that case, it might be his fault because the way he shot it. That was the first movie I can think of that was shot at 48 frames per second.
Yeah,
it to the point where some people who were sensitive to it were getting headaches in the theater because the frame rate was too high. And legend has it that Ian McKellen, he's the one who played Gandalf. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I may be
Gandalf. Is that while making the movie, because it's not his style to act in front of a green screen. He's used to actors being on a stage together. But during that movie, not the first trilogy, but the Hobbit trilogy, he actually cried at one point. He's like, this isn't acting. This isn't what it's about. He just couldn't get into it. And that's why a lot of people think his role in the movie kind of suffered a little bit because he just wasn't into it.
Yeah, because I heard that scene.
You can't act with a tennis ball on a stick like they do. It's just... Yeah, it's not acting.
You're feeding off the other person's emotions.
It's just like here, when we have that third person, we feed off of them a little bit more.
Yeah.
We feed off each other, but it's always good to have that. You got to be with people.
Yeah, you have to. It does help a lot. And I don't know. I couldn't just act in front of a screen.
If you're in front of a green screen and there's somebody else with you, it's one thing. But if you're in front of the green screen, but you're with hobbits, there's no actual hobbits, obviously, in real life. He's acting with either a stunt person who's a dwarf who's really short, or he's acting with a tennis ball and a stick, which is what they do a lot. It's like, oh, this is the dragon. Look at this thing, that kind of stuff. That's not acting. It's not what he's been trained to do. He's a theater stage actor. He acts with people.
Yeah, I heard that scene too with that dinner scene where they're all at Bilbo's house was.
Yeah.
Each guy acted alone.
Yeah.
Like they didn't. So they didn't have the dwarves together, and then Ian was separate. Like each guy filmed their own scene because there's a disparity in how they look. You know how some of the dwarfs just look like little humans, and then others look like heavily, costumed.
The big
like,
fat one and stuff. Yeah.
So they had to do everybody separate, and then the hobbits, because the hobbits are supposed to be shorter than the dwarf, but maybe the one actor is taller than a guy that's a dwarf, and it's just fucked up.
I think that's the same problem happened with the Star Wars prequel trilogy. It got to the point where they weren't even filming really on sets. They were filming in front of screens, and everything was just completely fake, And I think that was part of the problem is you didn't have that authenticity you had with the first ones where, you were with people dressed as aliens and you were around these spaceships or models of the spaceships and stuff. It was all real. And then they made the ones in the late 90s and the early 2000s, the prequel trilogy, as they call it, the shit movies. You're just acting in front of a screen. You and another guy standing there and like, oh, we're here in this spaceport and there's all this stuff around us. But there's literally nothing fucking around you. You're just pretending the whole time. It just doesn't feel right. It didn't look right either. It looks really, especially now you go back and look, special effects look great, but it just looks, I don't know, it just looks
inorganic,
sanitized. It doesn't look right,
Yeah.
At least if you're acting with Ewoks and there's people in fucking suits around you, and you're by this ship, and the ship looks scraped up and dirty and stuff, and it looks real. Too much CGI is great. Don't get me wrong. I love CGI, but it got to the point where a lot of these movies now, it's just that's all there is, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it's why even use actors? Why don't you just fucking make the whole movie with a Mac and then have them do voiceovers?
Yeah,
and just make the character CGI or just animation.
I haven't seen Endgame yet. It comes out on digital on Tuesday. I'm probably gonna be watching this week coming up. Me and you are probably two of the only adults in America that haven't seen it yet. My kids haven't seen it either because I made them wait for me because I'm an ass. But I know when I get to those battle scenes, there's going to be so much CGI, and it's probably going to look really cool, but it's almost become too much. So when they actually make a movie like a Mad Max Fury Road or something like that, where it's so much practical effects, where they're actually filming in the desert, they're actually filming these cars and driving these cars and doing these stunts, and they've built these things.
People can actually die if something goes wrong.
It's actual, shit. I appreciate it so much more now. Used to be special effects were awesome, and the way they started evolving, and especially with Terminator 2 and Liquid T-1000 and stuff, it started to get to that point. It's like, man, this is fucking awesome. I can't wait to see where this goes. And now I'm at the opposite end of the spectrum. It's like, it's too much. It really is.
Fury Road, by the way, that movie was phenomenal. A lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was great.
There was very few people that didn't like it. It was one of the highest rated movies. But I know what you mean. There was a lot of people we knew that didn't like it, but generally it was well received. Everybody liked it. And now they can finally make the sequels he's been talking about making, because there was some legal battle and the studio was being bought, and now that everything's settled, he can start making the sequels.
Yeah, I hear they're just going to make it with Furiosa. And
he's got two, one with her and then one with
Max.
And then he's talking about a third one after that even. So,
because the thing is, people were really pissed off that they were worried that it was going to be again another kind of feminist thing, and circles I run around into, I was like, yeah, mate, I don't know, I'm kind of worried. But I watched it and I was like, no, they didn't make her the ultimate badass. He actually had to save her and everything. The reason, but the Mad Max film was, he was always kind of a narrator. He wasn't really he was the star, but Max has always been more of he's a narrator. He wasn't necessarily the central figure.
You're just seeing everything from his eyes, basically.
Yeah, he was just someone that's put in this position.
Yeah.
And in every movie, it held true to that. He fucking somehow happens upon this people, and how in Road Warrior, the people that live with the oil,
Yeah.
he happened to find them, and he just same thing with part 3. He just ran into this weird plane worshiping cult, and he ran into this tire town or whatever.
Yeah.
He just
Tina Turner chick.
Yeah, he was never like the supreme leader that everyone like start out. He just happened to show up, almost like the hitchhiker.
I tried watching. No, I did watch. I watched the original Mad Max trilogy again a couple years ago, and man, that first one's not great. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong, but when I watched it when I was a teenager, I thought it was pretty cool. But really, it's kind of the second one's obviously the best one.
Yeah, the Road Warriors.
Road Warriors obviously the best one, but the first one laid the groundwork for everything, and I can appreciate it that way. But I don't think it's a great movie.
Yeah, the first one too was it was less about the insane explosions and car chases and just kind of this cop's wives were killed and he's going to get revenge.
Well, and I think that's what happened. It was like they made that first one and they realized, oh wait, we got something here, and they kind of made it with part 2. They kind of retconned the mythology a little bit because it's like, oh no, it's so much more than that. It's like, okay, so maybe and that happens. I understand that they do that in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but we joked about that with Rocky. How the first Rocky really wasn't a Rocky film. It was just a drama.
It was. And then the second one was a little bit, it's kind of the same thing,
Yeah, but 3, 4, and 5, it was like, then it was feeding off of its own legend.
And then 6, they actually Rocky Balboa, they kind of made fun of it a little bit because he was literally in the movie feeding off his own legend by running his own restaurant. It's like, hey, come to Rocky's restaurant, And they kind of made fun of it, but like Rambo was the same way, Rambo was just a drama, and like all of a sudden he was a super action star. But yeah, I feel like we're rambling a little bit now.
Yeah, we are. We'll probably could cut it down and shut down here. But
you ain't got nothing else.
We went through all my bullet points. We both ranted about things that bother us. But
I wanted to say we got a new fan for my kickball team.
Okay.
My buddy Dave. He's
Dave the Knave.
Dave is actually the commissioner of baseball there now.
Oh,
he's not the president. That's James. He's the commissioner of baseball.
So this is number 2.
He's as far as baseball goes, he's number 1. But overall, James is number 1. But Dave just started listening a couple weeks ago and has listened to like more than half of our episode in the last 2 weeks.
I feel sorry for him. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, he's become a fan, and then Dan, who's also on the team, has been listening all along. As is Curtis. I told you that before. Curtis is a fan.
Yeah.
You know Curtis, but
Kurt's cool.
Dan was the first one to tell me that he was a fan of the show. I didn't even know he listened to it. All of a sudden, he was like, "Yeah, I'm a fan of the show." So I made Dan he's got our top fan badge.
Oh, did you?
I gave him our top fan badge.
There you go.
Not for real, just figuratively. I told him yesterday he's top fan.
Yeah,
but it's close because Curtis and Dave are catching up.
See, as a business page, we can't give out the top fan thing.
No.
So I don't know if I fucked us over by picking a business page instead of a.
I could still switch it to a group.
But yeah, and then we can give out the top fan.
We can.
I want top fans, and we can never ever give one to Frank.
Frank can never be a top fan. But Dan recently had a baby also, and
congratulations!
Yeah, not recently, a few months ago, but still, I never said congrats on the air to him. I'm gonna say it now.
Yeah, we it's strange to me, like right now it's still people like that we know.
Yeah,
but it's still weird when they like, even if I know them, like, yeah, I'm a fan of the show. I'm like, you're not a fan of the show. You're Noah.
Yeah.
Work. Like,
no, when he told me that at the beginning of our kickball season, and I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I've listened to everything. I'm like, holy crap, okay. And then Dave didn't find out. He's like, you got a podcast? I'm like, yeah, I swear we talked about it before. He's like, no. So he started listening to it because I told him we had a wrestling episode. And he's into wrestling, but he's listened to like half the episodes in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, phenomenal.
So Dave, thank you also for keeping those numbers up.
Yeah, and then Phil HFC, he's called.
Yeah,
and he's always like trying to rib on me, but which I deserve. But he like didn't listen for a while. he forgot that I even did this, and then he binge listened like the last few weeks to like a lot of them.
Well, good.
So he's always like taunting me, like anything I say, like if I'm pissed off.
Yeah,
about
I see him
something,
a lot.
and then he'll hey bro, you need to be an alpha male, and he'll put like alpha male tips on a thing because I went on about how
when you talk about Tulsi Gabbard too.
Yeah, he goes, she looks like a tranny.
She does not look like a tranny, but still.
Yeah, Phil, you fag. She's not a tranny at all. She's hot as hell.
I want to do
hot.
I just want to give a quick shout out to my entire kickball team, my adult beer league kickball team.
Phenomenal.
We won. We swept our doubleheader yesterday, and we more than doubled our win total for the year. We have 3 wins now. That's a winning streak.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Good job, Kickless Cage.
Kickless Cage.
We did it.
Is that your team?
That's my team name, Kickless
sweet.
Cage. And our picture. You ever seen that picture of Nicolas Cage where he's doing like the face?
Yeah.
That's our picture, but it's like the black outline type. I'll show it to you one day. That's our logo, Kickless Cage.
Awesome.
And then we're going into the playoffs now. Here we go.
We have fans. We are worshipped.
So thanks everybody for listening.
But seriously, thanks for listening, guys. Episode 27's over.
Peace.
Burn in the fiery pits of hell.
Recorded in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening